Hi, I'm Hussein Manuel reporting live from Hussein's house. Well, I'm actually leaving my house today to go and catch up with A&R director and radio show host from BBC One Extra, Twin B. Follow me on my journey.
Yo, what's going on? My name is Twin B. It's not my real name, but you can probably Google it, to be honest. So I will tell you about. Nah, Google it. Shall I tell you? No.
Hello everybody, my name is Hussein and I'm joined with Mr. Boateng, aka Twin B. Twin lives a very interesting life. He is a breakfast show host on BBC Radio 1 Extra, and he's also A&R director at Atlantic Records UK, where we are today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I gave you the mic there. You were gonna add something on there, but we're gonna go straight into the interview and find out how Twin B got to where he got to. So, firstly, what advice would you give to somebody that you wish you had when you first started off?
Just work hard, as hard as you can, and have passion and try and find what you're good at and develop that as much as possible. Sometimes the best way to do that is to find people you admire and try and educate yourself as much on their path and how they got to where they got to. Sometimes you can follow footsteps. I think every journey is unique, but sometimes you need to kind of understand how someone progressed in what they do, you know, to do it and progress yourself, I think.
And you have a very interesting relationship with Ed Sheeran.
Yeah.
Can you talk us through the early stages of when you two first met?
Ed is someone I came across at a talent show, and I think it was the year in which he did a show every day, which for me just fascinated me. I think that was incredible that someone was working that hard in what they did. So before I even saw him perform, I thought, this guy, I respect his work ethic. And then he performed and he blew me away. I remember he did like a singing rendition of 50 Cent in the club. And then, it was just sick, as well as his own material. And I just thought he was incredible. Stayed close to him, supported some of his music pretty early on radio. And just gone on to do incredibly well.
And so for all the music management students that will be watching this, what advice would you give to them in the respect of to not look at this as a job and to look at it as a lifestyle?
Try and find something that shows your skill set and passion, because in the music industry there's so many different, ways in which you can still be involved in music and around it, but have a career. There's people who work in marketing, there's people who've got a passion for things visually, there's people who've got a passion for things audio-wise, like me, so I work in A&R. And there's people who have a passion for, videos and artwork maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So try and find what really drives you and tie that into your passion for music if that exists as well. And then the second thing I'll say is make sure you have a platform somewhere that shows what you're good at. For me, I did this like mixtape, and it was like a lot of artists that I really loved. It was pretty early in their careers and blah, 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 blah. And still DJ and still do things like that. So there are a lot of ways in which I can kind of show that I know what I'm talking about sometimes, So to have that is always a good thing, because you can point people to it. Because a lot of people say they're good at something, but sometimes it's like a professional CV, but one that is like real and tangible, So, and it's different things for different people.
All right, I've got a really good question. I think it's a really difficult.
All the other ones have been
good.
Good,
no, but this is my favourite one because I really wanted to ask this. Yeah. All right. So for somebody who's not involved with the music industry but would like to be involved in the music industry, especially with record labels, it can seem as if the labels are really far away or in another planet compared to other people. And if you go onto a record label website, there's not many jobs posted up on there, and a lot of questions I see a lot of people asking a lot of the time is, how do you, So what would your answer be to that?
Weirdly, I'd say ignore them for a second and make sure you have something to offer first. I think you've got to kind of pretend they don't exist for a second, because you've got to kind of sharpen whatever your skill set is, so that, opportunities, the way I see it in life, if you're good at something and you're continually kind of creating platforms to show you're good at it, sooner or later someone will pay attention. So the best thing to do is just to make sure that you are out there, like you mentioned with some of the things that happen in technology-wise, SoundCloud, blogs. There are so many places to show that you've got something to offer. That sometimes by the time an opportunity comes along, you've got a back catalogue of your own work and your own skill set, be it finding artists. Maybe you've got a blog, and you maybe want to do A&R. Then you should be starting a site where you're pointing, you're updating it with artists that you're rating. After a year, you'll end up having a load of artists, and maybe some of them have been signed and gone on to be successful, and you've got an actual kind of professional CV that shows that, you know, you were aware of some of these acts and records and stuff like that. If it's marketing, if it's you know, on the creative side of things, music videos, there are so many ways in which you can kind of do those things at a low cost. And you know, even with cost, you've got to invest in yourself as well. The mixtape I told you that I did and got involved in, I spent my student loan on at the time, and you know, student loan ain't really paying much. So yeah, it didn't stop me investing in myself. And you know.
Well, what made you do that, especially during university stages? Because a lot of student loans these days goes on like Gucci belts and stuff. What made you go into a mixtape from then?
No, I got two Gucci belts. I got one for the whole time of uni. I thought it was important. It was a passion. Like I wanted to make sure that the stuff I was doing with my time was something I cared about, and I really cared about UK urban music and the current state of it, and you know, exposing new artists and DJing. So it was kind of second nature to do that for me at the time.
Wow, Twin B, I learned so much from him. His work rate is epic. He's a radio show host and an A&R director. It's amazing. Now tune in next time when I catch up with Liam from Hype Clothing, who tells me how he went from being at university to getting his t-shirts and clothes stocked in Selfridges, Topman and ASOS, just to name a few. Now, for your chance to win an iPad, make sure you answer the 3 questions below at the bottom of each interview. Come on, you can get an iPad. What are you waiting for? Go!